Good, well, welcome back. We're on chapter 10 now of my book, Start to Exit. And this is a chapter where I talk a little bit about agreements and the importance of getting those right with your business. What you've got to remember is that you've got to read and understand what you're signing and understand it from the point of view of what it means to your business now and in the future as you grow. Some of the things you'll be signing away may not fit with your future strategy and how your business will evolve. A simple example would be if you sign a lease agreement on a premises and then your business is successful and you grow and you outgrow the premises as well. And therefore, you need to be able to leave the premises without having a financial penalty for doing so. So that's a simple example, but obviously as you take on more complicated business agreements with suppliers and with customers and with investors, you need to think about where your business is heading and how these might play out in the future. Because ultimately you want to take on even more investment, or you may get to that point where you exit and you sell your company to some future owners. And they will be very interested to see what your agreements say, because they'll be taking on the liabilities and they may find them unpalatable and they may actually be a deal breaker. So you can't actually get investment or exit the business in the way that you thought. So bottom line is, make sure you read agreements really carefully and think ahead about how they might play out and whether they can be terminated or modified without major financial penalties. Another thing to think about is who is allowed to sign those agreements. Make sure it's very clear that you have policies within your company as to those permitted to sign on behalf of the company, usually directors, but of course other senior managers may have permission to sign certain agreements with employees, with suppliers and with customers. And the other thing to think about is how you're going to track all the different signed agreements, because you really will need to come back and check on them. And any due diligence that gets done will require all agreements to be logged and to be seen, so that potential acquirers and investors understand the liabilities that they might be getting into. So put in place a system whereby you can monitor and keep track of all the agreements as you sign them. Make sure you know who's signing them, and above all, make sure you've read and understood what you're signing so that nothing comes back to bite you in the future.